My name is James Harper, and this is the story of how a single woman's obsession with control cost me my daughter, Sophie. She was just 16, dying in our driveway from a heart attack, while ambulance sirens wailed helplessly blocks away. Helen Warwick, our HOA president, stood watching, her car deliberately blocking the street, a cruel smile on her face. This is the tale of my vibrant, fearless daughter and the vicious woman whose need for power destroyed my world. It was a sunny Saturday in our quiet Cedar Hollow neighborhood. Sophie, my only child, was in our backyard, her auburn ponytail bouncing as she practiced her cheerleading routine. She'd just earned a spot on the varsity team, a milestone she'd worked tirelessly for. Her laughter filled the air like a song. "Dad, look at this," she called, attempting a daring flip. My heart swelled with pride. "Easy, kiddo," I said, grinning. Sophie was unstoppable, just like her mother, Emily, who we lost to cancer 3 years earlier. It was just us now, and Sophie was my everything. Then Helen Warwick appeared at our fence. In her late 60s, Helen ruled Cedar Hollow like a tyrant, her HOA presidency a tool for domination. Her sharp eyes locked on Sophie. "Mr. Harper," she hissed, "your daughter's racket is disturbing my peace." It was 2 p.m. on a weekend. I kept calm. "Helen, it's the afternoon. Kids can play in their yards." Her lips tightened. "I'm the HOA president, and I demand respect." Sophie, always the peacemaker, stopped. "It's okay, Dad. I'll practice inside." But Helen wasn't finished. "You need to learn your place, young lady." My temper flared. "Leave my daughter alone, Helen." Her gaze turned icy. "You'll pay for defying me, Harper." I should have heeded her warning. Helen's vendetta began immediately. Violation notices piled. A poor mailbox was misaligned. Our porch planter unsightly. Our car parked too close to the curb. Each carried a $50 fine, totaling $600 in a month. At HOA meetings, I fought back, but Helen just smirked. "Rules are rules, Mr. Harper. Teach your family compliance." Sophie, though, remained unbroken. She was focused on the state cheerleading championship, practicing at dawn each day. Her coach, Ms. Larson, said Sophie could earn a full college scholarship. "She's a star," Ms. Larson told me. "Universities will want her." Sophie worked 3 jobs babysitting, scooping ice cream, tutoring to save for college fees. Despite Helen's cruelty, she never faltered. "What if I go to nationals, Dad?" she asked one evening, her eyes shining. "You'll get there, sweetheart," I said, hugging her. Her hope was a beacon against Helen's darkness. But Helen's attacks grew sinister. She parked her car to block our driveway during Sophie's practices, claiming public parking rights. She filed daily noise complaints, forcing police to visit. "We know it's harassment," Officer Reynolds said after the 9th call that week, "but we have to respond." Helen watched from her window, that smug grin ever present. Then she began stalking Sophie, following her during jogs, complaining at her workplace about disrespectful teens, even showing up at cheer practice to accuse Sophie of aggression. I pleaded with the police. "She's not technically breaking laws," Detective Morgan said. "We need evidence of threats." Helen was too clever, skating the edge of legality. One evening, Sophie came home crying. Helen had spent an hour at the ice cream shop, demanding Sophie's firing for her attitude. "Why does she hate us, Dad?" Sophie sobbed. I held her, rage burning. "She's miserable and wants us to be too. But you're stronger than her." Sophie nodded, wiping her tears. "I won't let her break me." Her courage echoed her mother's, but I didn't see the weight it carried. 2 weeks before the championship, Sophie mentioned chest pains during practice. "Just stress," she said, brushing it off. I should have insisted on a doctor, but she was 16, an athlete who thinks of heart problems. Dr. Chun, our family doctor, agreed it was likely competition nerves. "Her heart's strong," he said. "Just monitor her." But the pains grew worse. Sophie hid them, not wanting to worry me or lose her team spot. Her journal, found later, tore me apart. "Chest hurts. Didn't tell Dada, stressed about Helen's fines. Must make state." She was shielding me while I failed to protect her. Helen's obsession deepened. She reported Sophie to the school for truancy, unaware of her early dismissal for practice. She pushed a petition to ban disruptive yard activities, targeting Sophie. When it flopped, her fury exploded. "The Harpers are ruining this neighborhood," she screamed at an HOA meeting. Mr. Coleman, a longtime resident, stood up. "Helen, you're bullying a teenager. What's wrong with you?" Her face contorted. "I'm protecting our standards." I saw then she was unraveling, her fixation on us dangerously unhinged. The day before the championship, Sophie was radiant with excitement. "If we win, Dad, scouts will see me," she said, buzzing around the kitchen. "You've got this," I told her, soaking in her joy. But that afternoon, her school called. Sophie had collapsed during practice, clutching her chest. I raced to the hospital, my hands shaking. She was stable but critical. Dr. Patel diagnosed hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a rare condition making her heart muscle too thick. "Medication can manage it," he said, "but no more cheerleading." Sophie took it bravely. "I'll find a new path, Dad. Maybe I'll write about sports." Her strength floored me, even as her team visited with flowers and tears. When we brought Sophie home, neighbors rallied baked goods, balloons, a welcome banner. Everyone but Helen, who glared from her window. "Don't let her get to you," Sophie whispered. But Helen's cruelty resumed. She cited our temporary wheelchair ramp as unsightly and reported Sophie for truancy, forcing her to carry medical notes. Then she began parking her car to block the street's only ambulance route. "It's public property," she sneered when I confronted her. "Respect your HOA leader, and maybe these issues stop." Her words mocked Sophie's condition. I installed cameras and researched laws, learning her parking was illegal if intentional. I should have acted sooner. Sophie grew anxious. "What if she blocks an ambulance, Dad?" she asked. "I'll keep you safe," I promised, but fear gnawed at me. Helen was planning something horrific. On March 15th, it came. Sophie was laughing over breakfast when she clutched her chest. "It's tight, Dad," she gasped, her face ashen. I helped her outside, dialing 911 as she collapsed. "My daughter's having a heart attack," I yelled. 472 Cedar Hollow, hurry. Sirens approached, but Helen's car blocked the street. She stood there, smiling coldly as Sophie struggled. "Move your car," I screamed. Paramedics shouted through a megaphone, but Helen shook her head, feigning confusion. "She's dying," I roared, holding Sophie. Her lips turned blue, her eyes wide with fear. "Dad, I'm scared," she whispered. "Stay with me, baby," I begged. Paramedics ran 3 blocks, but it was too late. Sophie's heart stopped at 3:23 p.m. They fought for 20 minutes, briefly restarting her heart, but the damage was done. At 4:47 p.m., Dr. Patel confirmed she was gone. My world ended. At Sophie's funeral, her team performed her favorite routine. Her friend Chloe read a poem Sophie wrote about resilience. But I fixated on those 3 minutes when Helen's car blocked help. The police cited her broken car excuse, lacking proof of intent. I hired investigator Mark Sullivan, who uncovered Helen's chilling premeditation, studied ambulance response times, and Sophie's condition, even testing 911 with fake calls. She'd done this before, delaying a fire truck that cost a family their pet. I called a community meeting, sharing Mark's findings. Neighbors exposed Helen's history tormenting veterans, single parents, the elderly. We formed Sophie's Defenders, challenging her violations and uncovering her HOA fund theft. Lawyer Rachel Evans filed state complaints. We protested outside Helen's house with signs. "Helen Warwick killed this girl." We towed her car for minor infractions, reported her every violation. After 6 weeks, she was crumbling gaunt, broken, hiding indoors. A news expose by reporter Laura Kim went viral. HOA tyrant blocks ambulance, teen dies. Helen lost her job, her family disavowed her. On the 3-month anniversary of Sophie's death, she confessed on a live stream, sobbing, "I didn't mean for her to die. I wanted control. I killed Sophie." The video hit millions. She was charged with manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years. In court, I spoke of Sophie's dreams, her bravery, her light extinguished by Helen's hate. I sold our house and founded the Sophie Harper Foundation, passing Sophie's Law to ensure emergency access and stop HOA abuse. We've saved lives, like a Florida family spared a similar fate. 2 years later, I visited Helen in prison. She was a ghost, haunted by guilt. "I see Sophie every night," she whispered. "Good," I said. "You should." 5 years on, I've remarried to Anna, who cherishes Sophie's memory. We have a son, Lucas, and another child coming. Sophie would have been 21, perhaps a journalist, perhaps in love. Her grave blooms with flowers. Her friends visit, sharing their lives. Her legacy shines in every law passed, every life saved. Helen thought she'd crush us, but Sophie's light outshines her darkness. She killed my daughter's body, but Sophie's spirit triumphs, proving love and community can defeat even the deepest hate.